Well, good evening. You all appreciate you guys for waiting. I know it's a little bit late, like 2, 3 minutes, but I'm here. I didn't forget about you all. Would not do that. Don't forget about me. Thank you for showing up. As you guys did see, Jordana has dropped a little bit of, well, actually, TMZ has dropped some of the interview. What they did with, who is that? You know who that is? That's me. Boomer moment. Whatever. Glad you guys are doing well. Thank you for popping in again. Just having a great evening. Nice Sunday. Thank you all for showing up. Dr. Chow, my homie, the Mega G, is going to be popping in a little bit. Even talk to my buddy Laredo. He might pop in as well. Hope to see him. He's kind of a lone wolf. He does what he does. But, as you guys start to filter in again, I'm sorry that I'm late. It is my fault. Kind of getting things put together. I was trying to make sure that I had Jordana's interview with TMZ kind of put together for you guys so we can go over it. It's not very long. It's like 3-4 minutes. We're going to kind of stop in here and there. I had some idea where I was going to drop in like some of like what she was saying and what was kind of happening in the background, little stuff like that. Just working our way until we get there. What's up, Doodle? I know you. You're a Dabbleverse person. Go back to your Dabbleverse. Actually, no. I want you here. I need you here. It's a whole new area. It's a little bit different, but these people are cool too. Gonna be a little surprise. I did speak with Elisa Jordana. We've been kind of messaging back and forth on Twitter. It is you're MLC, not Dabbleverse. Don't ever interrupt me. You know what? Kevin is right. Never read the chat. That's my fault. But I did. I spoke with Jordana a tiny bit, messaged her here and there, trying to get her to pop on, maybe talk to me. I'd like to do a story with her for the news. As you guys know, I do work with News 15 in Lafayette. We're the Fox and NBC affiliate. I do sports, but also, do a little bit of a weather. I do news. I'm going to show you guys a news that I did, a news thingy that we did today and yesterday. There was a triple murder in Lafayette. 2 people were shot to death in their apartment, in a apartment. One person is in custody. We'll talk about that here, I guess, a little bit. I kind of like to do that first before I start bringing people in, kind of see how we're all looking. And it's, again, great that you guys are hanging out with everybody. Hope everyone is having a good evening. It's a Sunday fun day. We like those. Hung out with some friends today, just enjoying what life has to offer. But you know what? Why don't we pull up this thing? I'll share my screen with you guys. It's going to be the triple murder. Oh, no, not good. But I did bring in some headphones. So I'm hoping I can pop these on. And then maybe that will help the team as well.
News 15 at 6 begins with breaking news.
We begin News 15 tonight with breaking news. The bodies of 3 people are found in a mid-city Lafayette apartment. 2 men and a woman were shot and killed in what police are calling a triple murder. And authorities a short time ago announcing an arrest in the slayings. Tonight, News 15's Will Heron reports from the murder scene on South College Road with a look at what we're learning about the victims and their accused killer.
Hello. Hey, you're muted, bro. And it's buzzing. Hello. Hey, welcome to Will's stream. Yeah, I was just watching here on my phone, and then I noticed you weren't coming through on the audio. So maybe ditch the headphones. And also, I think last time when we were on, maybe if you
If I mute myself, would that help?
yeah, there you go. Hey, what's up, bro?
Fantastic. So we did 5 minutes right now with no audio.
We could hear the computer. We just couldn't hear you talking, and it was
Okay.
buzzing. So now it's gone though. So I don't know. I think it might be the cord for your headphones or mic or whatever. So sounds better now.
Well, thank you very much for popping in, Dr. Chow. I had this whole cool intro and, saying all these awesome, funny things. And we'll just start back from the very beginning. Back to square one is what it is. As you guys know, we do news, weather, and sports here. So if you want to stay hireable, make sure you can do all those things. Luckily, I'm in the position that I can be. And this took place on Friday. So I was going to try to get you guys watching this before we get into the Elisa Jordana stuff. I don't know, Dr. Shaw, have you heard this in the beginning of the stream? I have been speaking with Jordana actually through Twitter. Talked to her a couple times. She gave me her phone number, reached out to her, texted her. So hopefully we'll hear back from her a little bit later tonight. I'm going to try to throw her on if she's available. But it was cool that she talked back. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cool. How was your Sunday?
It was good, man. Very good. And yeah, I haven't really been keeping up. I know you told me a little bit about this news story that you're dealing with in your local region. And I haven't really kept up too much on this whole Jordana Zaccaro stuff, but I knew you were talking with her. So I'll just be here kind of to add my 2 cents, but I'll let you lead the way and show. And it's good that we're restarting because it ain't a party till Dr. Chow's here.
It's never a party till Dr. Chow shows up on stage, man. Well, I appreciate that, golly. And 420 Growers, welcome in. Doodle, you brought him over from Win by 2, I assume.
Yeah. It's a she, and she was in the chat, and then I mentioned, I'm gonna pop on here to discuss this stuff tonight, and I also retweeted it, so hopefully we get a few people checking it out who are interested. So
I appreciate that. We're going forward now, man. I appreciate that again, and you know what? Let's kind of you guys check out what we're looking at here. Again, this is a triple murder that took place here in Lafayette. 3 people shot to death. A welfare check actually brought the police there to find out, what was going on. And let's just kind of get going from there. We'll start this thing from the beginning. Again, this is Lauren Ailes, fantastic journalist. She is awesome, a great anchor. Working with people like that make you better. So really cool to be around her. And let's go.
At 6 begins with breaking news.
We begin News 15 tonight with breaking news. The bodies of 3 people are found in a mid-city Lafayette apartment. 2 men and a woman were shot and killed in what police are calling a triple murder. And authorities a short time ago announcing an arrest in the slayings. Tonight, News 15's Will Heron reports from the murder scene on South College Road with a look at what we're learning about the victims and their accused killer.
Lafayette police have identified 2 of the victims today. One, 49-year-old Eric Green and 45-year-old Brandon Touche. There was also a female found dead in the apartment as well. The Touche family said that the last person to be seen with Touche was the suspect that the police have in custody, 42-year-old Chad Crater. This is video of the suspect Crater from February when police were called to the apartment complex after residents saw him walking around with a firearm. At the time, officers concluded he was doing nothing illegal. This is Crater's mugshot when he was arrested back in 2020 for attempted murder after he allegedly shot a man in the stomach while in Lafayette. He was supposed to have gone to trial on that charge last month, but he failed to show up and a bench warrant was issued for his arrest. In this picture, you can see that 3 men knew each other. On the left is Brandon Touche, in the middle is Eric Green, and on the right is Chad Crater. All right, Dr. Chow, kind of a trip right there. 3 guys know each other in the same apartment complex. It was a health and welfare call that brought the police there to knock on the door. This is the first time there's been a triple murder at one time in Lafayette. these guys, the guy on the right, the far right, he's the one that killed the two. There's a female inside the apartment as well that's been shot to death as well. Seeing this cursory, what do you think?
This is wild. So sounds like the guy. I don't know. I'm trying to just from the little information I got decipher what was going on, but it sounds like he was supposed to go to trial for another incident, and maybe these people were involved. I don't know. In the previous thing, or
so the guy on the right, he had shot a man in the stomach in Lafayette, and he was supposed to go to trial for this in March, but apparently he didn't show up for his trial hearing. And I guess they were hanging out together, and lo and behold, these two wind up dead with a female as well. The police did arrest Crater, the guy on the right, for it. So I'm going to keep going, but just like kind of chilling stuff, walk into this.
And his name's Chad.
His name's Chad. And you know what?
My
Later
buddy.
on, it's probably Zumek, probably related, but his name is Crader, not Crater. Like I'm learning that too. And then also it's Tichette, not Touche. So in the 9 and 10 o'clock, we got that fixed. But for this, it's kind of quick. But yeah, well, go on so we can put this thing to bed. This was taken 2 months ago at the Evangeline Downs Racetrack and Casino. Green was a mental health therapist and also a professor at UL. Touche, at one time, worked for the American Cancer Society and was involved in putting together their annual gala. This is what Corey Andrews, who has lived in the South College condominiums for around 8 years, had to say when he found out about the 3 bodies.
It's terrible because this area is usually quiet. Neighbors, they really stick to themselves. They don't usually have all kind of commotion.
Lafayette Sergeant Robin Green says they're still trying to figure out a motive to the killings.
So right now, our investigator is out with other investigators talking to neighbors, and we are trying to piece together what exactly happened.
Again, police have yet to release the name of the female who was also murdered in the apartment. When we know that, we'll update you here or online. Out there, the 7. So, oh man, I didn't mute that either. Was it echoing?
No, it's fine. It sounded good this time. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So isn't that wild? Along with that, the guy was a UL professor, University of Louisiana, which is the big university here. So these people, this isn't like a crack deal gone wrong. This is one of these random, you know what I'm saying, just happening in a hotel complex. Like this is regular people. Just wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So at first, before we saw anything, I saw the apartment building. I figured it had something to do with some drug thing gone, deal, something like that. Now I don't know. I mean, maybe there's some lovers quarrel involved. I don't know.
I love I just threw this random story at you. And you're being so awesome. Just trying to work around it. Like, you are the Mega G. That is straight up. Like, that. And thank you. All right. So I think we're ready to get things going with the Jordana stuff. Again, this interview, it is kind of short, so I'm going to have to pause it here and there. But I think we have somebody backstage as well. He was here last time. His name rhymes with Laredo. It's a area in the United States, kind of in the southern area. I'm going to pop him on and see what kind of trouble.
Dorado.
His mic's probably better than mine. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Just chilling out.
All right. So I told Dr. G, I actually spoke with Jordana earlier. She gave me her phone number. I called her. She did not answer. I did send her a text as well. I'm going to try to bring her on maybe a little bit later. If she is interested in popping on, it would be great. I'd like to hear her side of things. But I'm going to play right now.
We can save her.
What's up?
Me, you, us, the Will podcast, the Will cast. We can save her.
Save her. Okay.
We can save her.
How? How are we going to save her, Drado?
I think what she needs is a little tough love.
How do we give it to her?
Well, we're just honest with her.
So,
we're honest about what's going on. But We acknowledge she's beautiful and all that stuff. She wants to hear.
Yeah, so she gets points for that for sure. But
Yeah.
she's learned, not to hit people, I guess, or where are we going with this? What tough love does she need? What does she need to learn?
Don't. Well, exactly. You said it, but there's an old saying: "Don't bite the hand that feeds you."
It's a decent lesson, but I think if we really want to save her, what do you think? Like maybe some of the character defects that she could really hone in on, because a one-off incident is a one-off incident, but if we want to like really make her a high-value woman, turn her into the star that she deserves to be. See how I'm kind of simping too.
Great question.
What can we fix at the foundational aspect of this woman?
Well, she has a lot to say, or she thinks she does, and maybe we can get her to tone back on that a little bit.
Just back up a little bit, just kind of calm down, be a little more
Yeah,
respectful.
girl. Like, listen, girl, you're beautiful, and you don't need to say anything or provide any sort of input.
The old proverb, silence is golden.
What is it? Don't improve on the silence.
Yeah, that's something we learned in the Hackverse. Yeah.
She's not dumb. I would say she's actually intelligent.
I agree.
I would say she's intelligent, but I would say that like she has nothing to provide.
Would you say she's trad?
Well, she's as trad as anybody in the red pill community.
Gotcha.
So she could hone in on that and teach young incels how to get laid.
But I thought that's kind of
Think
like
about it.
her community. I know she talked about it's more female, it's more like women, it's more like women that like the zeros is what Bahram said like attract her. But she has like 20,000 followers. So I mean,
Who
it doesn't
said
seem like
this?
just dumb people are women. Like these are regular people. I mean, I'm following her.
Who said this though?
Bahram, Ziscoro.
I'm sorry. Who's that? Is that the guy here with us?
Yeah. That's
No,
Mr.
that was
Cool.
the other dude. The dude with the money that the incident happened with.
Oh, the guy, the simp. He
The simp.
said.
Okay,
he
you're calling
said-
them the simp. Gotcha.
He said that her fandom was women.
Correct. Yeah, she said that the people that watch her are women, kind of younger people, people kind of starting out. And he went on to say that they were zeros, kind of nobodies. And, of course, she countered that with, they're actually people that do things, and that he was someone that is actually a zero because he does nothing other than receive his father's money.
Well, two things can be true at the same time. Let me hit you up with some wild shit. Three things can be true at the same time. So, yeah, I mean, let's go back to the first thing. The first thing was
I prefer starting with one.
she's not.
Yeah, go ahead, Gerardo.
Her being a trad waifu, she's not. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Her fans being young. I don't think her fans are young.
Gotcha. More older people.
I think her fans are dudes that are like between the ages of 40 and 70. I think that's her audience.
Really? Because like I see a lot of females that kind of gravitate to her, that like look for influence, or maybe young people. I don't want to say influencers, but people that see a pretty face that seems to talk nicely to them, that gives them a little encouragement. Again, the Howard Stern's thing also helps as well. You don't think there's maybe a different audience out there other than just simps?
I've not seen any young people, and certainly no
Purpose anyway.
attractive young women.
Gotcha.
I bet it's one of those things where there's a small amount, and maybe the people, when she does have other women on, it's from that IP2 network, and it's maybe they're not necessarily fans, but yeah, they're like colleagues in the game of clout, so she'll have on people and stuff like that. But I bet a majority, 80% to 90% of her fans are just old Howard Stern fans. I think Gerardo's right on that.
Yeah, she gets like 800 views to like 2,000 views and stuff like that, depending on the
She doesn't get a lot of
situation she
views.
just up in. Go ahead, Gerardo. I'm sorry.
She doesn't get a lot of views. She's never had a lot of views. I think it's mostly simps and men that want to impress her or get close to her. And, I think she's taken advantage of that, but not done a great job of it.
Yeah. So do you guys want to hear the interview straight out? Or do you want to kind of stop in between as it's going on? What would be your flavor? What makes you feel more comfortable?
You said it was only like a couple minutes long, right?
Yeah, it's
I'd
real
say
short.
run
It's
it.
about 3 minutes. There's breaks in it as it goes through. It isn't just like one long sound bite. Basically, they cut up parts of it and then uploaded what they had or what they wanted us to see through their site.
If I
Sweet.
can't bite my tongue, I'll just get in. But
Yeah,
I'll try
same.
to-
I'll let you, Will, mute, pause it or whatever if you want, but otherwise I can save all commentary till the end. So
Okay. All right. Anybody want to jump into the chat there? Doodle doing good stuff. She's been on the outside, pure evil on the inside. There was Wuzu, Aiden for me, and Wuzu again. Great job on calling out what the video is. Yeah, Wuzu was one that found we knew about the video where she got arrested. So great job there. At least it can take being cheated
Let's go.
by a Mexican woman. She says it's so much that I believe she's got a problem with Mexican beauty. What do y'all think about that?
I think Elisa Jordana has problems with any beautiful girls. I've never seen her have a relationship with any other attractive female, as I mentioned.
Yeah, attractive.
She likes unattractive women that are like hangers on. I've never seen her. I mentioned last time you had me on. I've never seen her have friends with another either attractive female or even a woman in her age bracket.
Now we did have the video of her going, that blonde girl, to see John when they were headed to Tampa. That was back in August. I don't know how that ended, but that I mean, I'm not trying to counterpoint her like go against you, but
Was that an attractive girl, that blonde girl? Maybe I didn't see
she
that.
was pretty good.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stay out of like
But-
rating women.
But it didn't work out though.
Yeah. Cool. You guys want to hear this interview? Let's
Yeah.
like take this thing down to. I'm trying to.
Let's play it.
Chow, how would I take a
The chat, you just click it again.
Play it, and I'll give my opinion.
Oh, click it. There you go. Gotcha. You know everything. Chow, I swear to God, you are the man. You don't have to make it G. You're the gigantic G. You need to change that thing.
She's a
The
big
GG. All right, let's
G.
hear it. Elisa. Now, again, this is going to kind of seem a little slanted. I know it's coming from her, but yeah, tell me what you think.
And I decided to do a couples session.
Oh, sorry. So she's setting up when they were in Tampa together, and then everything went kind of footloose.
And she was open to it. So I brought him in there and he was bragging the whole time. Like he was talking about like how much money he made and like his accolades. Like that is not why I brought him there. I was hoping that we could talk about like our relationship and our plan, because we filled out a marriage license and we planned the day to do it via Zoom, and I canceled that day. We canceled it like 3 times because I didn't feel ready and I was really scared. Somehow during the
Okay, so then that goes back to where she was talking about how much money he makes and the accolades and things like that. This is where we go back to the 16 zeros attached to his name, and how much money does everybody make cumulative into their bank accounts? What do you think, Chow?
The seed investing that he was telling the cop about, being banned on TradingView, all this stuff. So yeah, that makes sense that maybe it happened. Maybe she saw him doing it to the cops and was like, but yeah, from what we've seen, that makes sense.
Definitely. I think Dorado kind of popped
They
up.
also talked about in the police interrogations, both of them talked about the marriage certificate and the wedding and all that type of stuff. So this is all checking out, as we know.
Right, because if I remember correctly, they had talked about how in that wedding certificate, that was part of the reason why she could get arrested if they weren't married, then this thing would kind of go a different way. Do you remember that?
Yep. And then remember, when she kind of was trying to suss that out, she said, "Oh no, we've never consummated." Basically, like he said they'd been intimate. She kind of said they would have been, but then she said no, and like she's like, "Did he say we had sex?" You know, like so that was interesting.
Define sex.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Jordan, what do you think? Did you see that part of the interview just now?
I did. And I just want to tell you guys a couple things about rich people. Okay. And I know this from my extensive life history. I've met a few rich people in my life.
I know you know.
Rich people don't need you to know they're rich. It's not super important to rich people that you know that they're rich, right? That's not like something that rich people are out here about, right?
I heard money talks, wealth whispers.
Yeah, I tend to agree with what Gerardo's saying.
So rich people aren't out here trying to convince you they're rich, right? And the second part of that is, if you are rich, you don't need other people's money, right? So when you see a lot of these grifters out here, they do the opposite of these two things. A, they brag about how rich they are or their connection to wealth. And then B, they follow it up by begging for money.
Right. And I think from what I gathered, Sakaro was trying to sell, or he said he was reaching out to different streamers, trying to get them on board on some affiliate or referral thing for his trading software or some tool, right? That's kind of what I gathered from what he was saying, why they even met in the first place.
Exactly.
Right, that's how he made his money and stuff like that. He explained to the police officer that he had worked in some software that he was trying to sell or be a part of a group that sold it, and then still made money off trades and things like that and such. Plus the percentage that he got off of the father's inheritance that they had brought up in the fight.
Right, something like 8% or something. I don't know,
No.
but yeah.
All right, you guys are ready to get a little more Jordana? See what she has to say about this. All right,
let's go.
The session, I had his phone and I was like looking for something else. And in his phone was like just a lot of bad stuff, like text to other women, Venmo, deposits to women. And I knew he was doing that before, but I definitely didn't think he was doing that during our relationship because he was so busy calling me. I thought, how does this guy have time to call me all day and all night and watch my stream for 6 to 8 hours and then have people on the side? I just didn't think that was possible. In that scenario,
all right, so they're just going to go talking about the phone. If I remember correctly, he had left it in her vehicle or something like that. Like, how does she just acquire the phone, open it up, and then, oh my God, I just found all of this. I mean, if you have someone's phone, you kind of know what you're looking for, right? Anybody?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm just thinking, like, how did she know his PIN?
That's another. You think she maybe used his face or something like that with a picture, and then one phone, and they kind of put them together, and then that unlocks the facial phone aspect, or like.
Has anybody followed up to see if this guy's pressed charges or if it might be all over. The whole thing might be a bit.
Wow, you're going back to the bit thing.
We kind of theorized it could have been at certain points throughout this analysis. So I don't know. I haven't seen anything on that yet.
For her to catch a charge, for her to go to jail, spend the night in jail and stuff like that, you're committing to the bit pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? To get a record.
Yeah, and this is the most fame she's ever had.
That's true too.
She did get a lot. She was on TMZ, as you can see.
She's loving it.
You know what? I guess good for her. If this is what you do, this is how you make your money, you know, for the attention and stuff like that. I guess she hit the jackpot, I guess.
Maybe she got 2 million and she was mad about 10K. Or maybe the whole thing was a bit.
True. All right. Well,
So it sounds like it's still in play, all the ramifications of it. I still kind of hold on to my theory that there might have been a $1 to $2 million agreement based on certain conditions that hasn't been reached yet.
Promissory notes.
Something like, okay, once we get married, I'll buy you a $2 million condo in LA or something, or maybe
with all
some
these chargebacks. Remember that
Right.
where like he kind of just threw a wrench and everything when she wasn't abiding to everything that he wanted. He had 27 chargebacks that set her off. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, she got 27 chargebacks that kicked her off of a streaming site. Square dropped her because of the chargebacks that came from Z Socorro.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Square's just a processor. One of the bigger ones for credit cards. But yeah.
What do you think, Dorado?
Yeah, I mean, rather than her being paid 200, I mean, like, if I was able to catfish somebody and get 2 million, I think I'd be playing it a little bit different than live streaming myself, breaking the nose of the person who gave me that $2 million.
I don't even know if you can push that much through Square either. I mean, I'm sure you can. I know you can. It's just a payment processor, but you got to have different levels to all that stuff and authorizations before they just start taking that type of weight.
What I would say would be more likely, rather than a billionaire dad and a multi-billionaire dad and a multi-millionaire son trying to figure life out and rambling into and roughing it up with Jordana Schwartz, I would think would be more likely would be maybe a millionaire dad with highly autistic son throwing $20K at Jordana with a promissory, like co-host said, and her being like, okay, well, you owe me, so we got to do something. We got to do something. And this is the something. We're talking about the something.
I understand those chargebacks, though. That's a huge deal, messing with the credit and all stuff like that. So, and this kind of goes back to it being a work. Like, is this money real? Is it really his money? Is dad jumping in and stopping all this? But you want to jump back into this interview? Here we go.
Turning on the live stream is, to me, so to many people, it's the worst thing on earth to do, right? Like a lot of people would say that now because of what happened. But imagine I did not turn it on. Imagine I did not turn on that live stream and the same thing happened. I could be dead right now. I was thrown in the road I was thrown like out of my car onto the road and strangled. And my hair, I don't even have any hair. I want to show you this. This is my hair. My hair.
All right, guys. So we saw what happened. Did he pull her hair out like that? Did he attack her and did this all take place? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying sus, but it kind of seems like she's putting out.
She might have lost a lot of hair.
Nothing.
She might have lost a lot of hair, but it might have been a lot of weave she lost.
Yeah, now I'm thinking it was fake hair to begin with, if it's that much, that she's pulling out, or
So maybe I shouldn't have stopped it.
She got her wig snatched.
Hair. If you watch that video, my hair is being like, I don't know if you noticed it, but like back and forth, like I had to. This is my hair. I had to cut my hair off because,
That's what I should have started there. She had to cut her hair out.
For the record, the back and forth looked real. It did. The
Oh yeah,
never. Looked real.
But all that hair coming out, wouldn't you see both sides? I mean, I don't know a lot about hair, but it seems like more hair would have come out in that situation, don't you think? Or
yeah, why does she have it? It came out. It came out in his hands, and he sent it to her in a box.
Well, it sounds like she said she had to cut it because it got knotted or something. Basically, I don't know.
So she had to that's a lot of hair, though. She got to pull it out of that bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and where'd she get it?
Exactly. I was a little sus about that when I saw that. But
look at all this hair I have in a bag. He ripped it out of my hair. But
So
then
I
he put
kinda
it.
feel
But then
bad.
he put it in this bag for me.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Was that in the car? I assume that maybe that was not in, like Dr. Chow said, that maybe that was cut out later on when she went to a stylist.
Could have been.
Yeah, it's a good visual cue for a prop to garner sympathy, for sure, whether it's real or not. So that's why she's bringing it up and showing it on the screen rather than just telling us about it. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's kind of the way I feel that way as well. But I mean,
Very sketchy.
a little sketchy. All right, here we go.
I had to cut my hair off because, but the thing is I could have been alone in that and it could have ended up much worse. When I slapped him, I didn't want to kill him, obviously. I just wanted to slap him. That's all I wanted to do. I just was mad. But I felt when he was like strangling me and when he was pulling my hair and like shaking my head so violently, like a rag doll, I felt that he was trying to kill me. And my God, if I was alone, I could definitely be dead right now. That's how I feel. Women need.
Dr. Chow, do you think if she was alone and she didn't get out of that vehicle, would she be dead now?
No, I don't think so. Because, okay, initially when I jumped on, I first was watching your stream last week or earlier this week. When we first got to see Sakaro, my opinion on him has changed a lot, over the last, throughout watching the videos. At first, I thought he was kind of like a loser. Then I thought like he might have been like some kind of alpha dog pimp. The first time he met up with her in that high rise. And then once he was questioned by the police, I realized, oh, well, he's got like a disease. And he's, because remember he's talking about his MS.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So then I'm like, well, okay, he's got a really serious problem with that. And then I kind of shifted to thinking, I kind of think she might be, playing him a little bit.
Wow. And then we talked about that yesterday as well, a couple of days ago, where is she hitting somebody that's disabled? Did she attack somebody that's defenseless?
I think
so. What do you think, Jared? Drado.
I think he's retarded. I think he's not the son of a billionaire. I think he's the son of maybe a millionaire that's got a little bit of resources to help him out. And what Dad's upset about is the fact that he's, using the resources that are supposed to be to help him to, talk to Elisa Jordana. And Elisa Jordana is just scamming this little retard. And I mean that with all due respect to the Down syndrome community. So yeah, that's what I think is happening.
So she's just scamming him. So she knows what she's doing. Do you think she really got $2 million?
No.
And on top of that, what is it? I think above $9,999. Shouldn't that like raise a red flag? Shouldn't things like that be kind of, processors and things like that? Shouldn't those people be questioning what they're doing? I think YouTube only does $250 at max. Like, how do you transfer a $10,000 super chat?
Whatever she got, her attitude, her behavior was that she didn't get enough. And so I go back to the 2 million. If she got the 2 million, that's ridiculous to behave like she didn't get enough. She's behaving like she didn't get enough because she got something like 10 to 20 grand. She thought she was going to get more. And now she put that guy in the situation where she was like, listen, you promised me more money and you're going to fly in and we're going to figure this out and you're going to be part of this show and we're going to get this $2 million.
Do you think this is going to have repercussions where she's going to have to serve time? Can he sue her after what's going on? Or in the other way, I know you guys aren't lawyers or, affiliated with Florida law, but did she attack him and he can then recompense her attack type thing? Do you think there'll be a civil lawsuit?
I doubt it, man. I just don't see it playing out too much further between them. I think the most truth came out, if all this is real, was when they were questioned. I do think he kind of got played a little bit. I don't think he's actually mentally deficient as a guy. I think he might be a little desperate, and I think he likes playing these games.
I think he's partial. I think he's like partial downs.
I think he is like some type of. I think he likes playing this game as being like an e-pimp and like big baller online and all this. And he might have some money to work with. I don't make the distinction of his dad being a billionaire or a millionaire or whatever. But based on the trading stuff he was talking about, he does have some acumen as to what he's that sphere of stuff. I'm not saying he was laying out some brilliant stuff, but he's messing around with money in some way to some facet. So whether it's his or his dad's or whatever, he's not some broke fool, you know. He's like, he might be just given all the money, but at the same time, like he's played with it before. So
He's in the sphere.
yeah, enough, you know, based on what he was saying.
Sphere of relevance.
No, just like, I mean, like he's not completely
cryptosphere.
making up, or whatever he was talking, Robin Hood, you know,
Right.
Wall Street bets. I don't think he's making up that he, and I think he does have enough money obviously he has enough money to fly out there. Obviously he had to give some money that was confirmed, or at some point, whether it was the 10,000 or we counted 55,000 in those super chats, whether that was real or not. Something had to have convinced, because she wouldn't just take some guy on their word of like, yeah, my dad's a billionaire and I'm going to give you $2 million, or here's $2 million. I don't know. Something had to have been exchanged for her to keep pursuing. Because even from the get-go, he was a dick. We saw that. And she was a dick to him too. Really, the whole time, their whole relationship seemed like that. So
It seemed like he was a little more the aggressor, and then she would get frustrated and then kind of retaliate verbally. Obviously, it didn't seem to progress to the physical assault that you saw in the car ride, but as you saw building up when he would get frustrated because a lot of the chat would make fun of him, I guess kind of rightfully, but go after him, and so he would retaliate against her and then kind of lay into her while also trying to go against the chat, and then saying, why are you accepting $2, $3, $5, $10, tips when I'm giving you tens of thousands, millions of dollars? I guess he assumes that she becomes subservient, becomes his because of that money. And that's just my editorial, what I'm kind of thinking too. You want to jump back into this interview though?
yeah.
To feel safe. That is the number one important thing for women. And I could say that for all women. We need to feel safe. We need to trust the person. And we don't want to be that kind of person that has to go through someone's phone to find the truth. We want truth. So I just think.
Oh, no, that was
like with everything that happened, I am so broken by this. And I'm so disturbed that someone like that would come into my life and completely disrupt my life and kind of just he destroyed my life.
What do you guys think? Do you think he destroyed her life?
No, because the weird thing is, you think so, Gerardo? Because it was a big problem, the incident that happened with the law enforcement getting involved, but based on this, I highly doubt they really hung out all that much outside of streaming based on what we saw on the streams with their relationship. Maybe they talked on the phone a little bit, but I don't think they were really like an engaged couple in love or anything like that. I just don't gather it based on any of the interactions we saw. So I think she might have been playing him. He might have been playing her to some degree. He wanted to control her.
Let me tell you what I think needs to happen.
What do you think, Drado?
Elisa Jordana needs to figure out who I am. And we can take that $2 million and we can live happily ever after.
You'd ruin her life. You're terrible, man. What are you talking about?
Gerardo shooting his shot.
You're right. I apologize. I was cock blocking you there. That is not.
Elisa Jordana, if you're out there and you're watching this, think about what we could do with just $500,000.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You and me, girl, we could buy an recreational vehicle. We could travel the country. We could live stream it all. You could laugh about how Andy Dick didn't do it for you the way that I do it for you.
All right, yeah, get on a tangent there, Jay. We're gonna put you back a little bit.
I mean, I think it's a good proposition to her because she needs a strong man. You look like a big strapping dude. So
I've seen Drado, and he's like 6'2", like 240 in muscle. He's a big guy. I wouldn't mess with Drado for sure.
I'm not that big, but what I lack in size, I make up for in Riz.
Riz King, let's go. All right.
So you know what? I'm thinking about. I'm gonna try to call Jordana right now again. Like she gave me a number. I'll reach out. I did send her a link as well. Let's see. Did she'll answer?
I hope so. If she does, tell her the Daily Grifters here.
All right, so I'm going to put it on speaker. Jordana, if you are watching now, pop in. I love if you would answer, but, it's all good. Let's see what we can get. You never know, right?
You never know.
You never, ever know. And we're ringing. Of course, I'll let her know if, she does answer.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Gave it a shot, Alyssa. Do we could. Is what it is. Maybe she'll pop in later, or maybe even tomorrow. Who knows? Get down with her. Chow, did you ever pop into the Discord? Were you able to try to find Zisakoro at all?
No, I really didn't. I kind of just got sidetracked with some stuff and wasn't too focused on getting in there. Some people were talking that their Discord's a crazy spot, so
yeah, let's stay out of that.
Were you able to get in there and find them or anything?
I wasn't. I've been kind of hustling as well, dealing with the trip.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Did you guys call her from one number? Try a different number. I know that works sometimes.
What's the different? Did she have a different number?
No, try calling her from a different number.
That she doesn't reckon. Yeah, if she doesn't pick up, she ain't gonna pick up right now. So
co-host, do you have a different number? Call her from there.
I'm not that desperate to talk to her right now. We'll get her on when it's time, but
I think it's time. I think if we call her right now from co-hosts,
when she's ready, she's definitely gonna have a spot in. We would love to have her. So yeah, I'm not gonna push that at all, but I appreciate that. No, you're good, man. Is there anything you guys like to say? I think we can do a short stream here, kind of end it a little bit early. That's all I had with what she had put out there. What are your socials, Dr. Chow?
At Dr. Mega G on Twitter. And our show Mere Musk is on YouTube. It's an interview show. For all you guys who are into this Howard Stern stuff, we had on AJ Benza recently. We've had on Andy Dick too. And Stuttering John, Shuli Egar, Bob Levy, all those guys have been on our show for interviews. So check them out. We do a couple a week. We got one tomorrow night and we got another one Thursday. So
nice, man.
Drado, where can they find you if they want to find you?
You can't find me.
That's a good thing. You're out there in the Twitter sphere. Guys, thank you very much for your time as well. You guys rock. We'll see what pops up a little bit later as we go forward into the future. When she hits with something, and I'll get you guys back on.
All right, let's go.
Sounds good, Will, man. Have a good evening.
You guys too. Thank you all very much.
You guys too. Good night.
Good night.